Alright guys, what's going on? One sec. Let's get it all set up. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing well. It's, afterwards don't look so bad. One sec, we're gonna look at some stuff. Hope everyone's doing well. One sec. So I'm trying to figure something out really quick. I think gain up a little bit. There it goes. I'm about to order my new mic too, so I'm happy about the new mic I'm gonna be getting. But I have to buy a few other things with it. So that's the pain in the butt part of it. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's get to it. Iceman. The Iceman is here. Licking his chops. Hope everyone's doing well. Camera's a little whack right now. I rode Lucan Coffee to OTC, and I'll be doing the same with AMC if I have to. Still hodling. I'm excited for the more. I'm curious how we open up, to be honest. The curiosity is like the most important, is like the thing that's really hitting me right now. Dying to see. I want to read that. Dying to see how we open up. I'm in a good mood though. Whoo, man. What a dump. I'm curious what AMC does. That's going to be the biggest part. Look, I'm dying to see what AMC does. Get these paper hands out of here. Yo, Tyler, Tuesday, Balletti Tuesday, still hot. I still have all my positions. Yep. Correctamundo. That's not that important. So I'm really curious because we can see crap, sorry. So we have yields getting crushed, right? We have yields 10-year and 30-year getting just, they're getting wrecked. I mean, 30-year getting more damage done than the 10-year, but we have the DXY, the Dixie, the dollar index, if you don't know, really getting pumped up. Now, we have a decent candidate of some possible good news happening. Potentially, we double top. If we double top, God bless America, Captain America himself, Jerome Powell. Powell. Because you got to put a little emphasis on the Powell part of that. Jerome Powell would probably save the economy from its sure destruction. But if we get a double top, we start coming down, I could really see the Nasdaq ripping. The Nasdaq held up really strong today, all things considered. I couldn't believe it. Now, we start getting the Nasdaq moving. This could help not only AMC, but all of our positions in day trading. You've seen day trading's been so stagnant and just slow lately. Tyler, what's the move with AMC? Your thoughts? Well, I just dropped a video, so the video, that's exactly my thoughts. This is a video. But let me see a few questions. Jawline on point. Is it on point? Is it? I'm that guy also. He's that guy on TikTok. He's like, that's all he does. Oh, Ernest, good one. GME doing what SOS should have done. Correctamundo. This is pretty good. Not gonna lie. It's funny because I work out. I don't drink pre-workout, but I love like energy drinks. Jerome Powell still uses a pager. I have my doubts in Captain America based solely on that. Hey, Captain America was born way before us, though. Think about it. Even in the movies, Captain America's born about 100 years back. logistically, it makes sense. He always comes through, okay? The real question is, who's our Tony Stark? Someone posted a decent video from, I think it was Andrew Moe, which I didn't really know he does any TA. I really didn't. It's not like a troll at him. I didn't know. Anyways, it's in the Discord. This guy posted it right here in the free chat. So, basically, Andrew's going over the OBV being an indicator of why we are not done, I guess, and why the buying power is still there. It was pretty interesting. It was okay. When I trade, though, I don't solely focus on one thing. You know what I mean? I'm not solely focused on, I'm not solely focused on one indicator, right? That doesn't depict my whole trading or my whole point of view in the market, right? Whether it be bullish or bearish or anything like that. It's not how I make my mind up. So, tomorrow the OBV is it should drop. Theoretically, tomorrow the OBV will take a pretty big hit. I would be surprised. Now, one area I want to watch us to hold is going to be right here, this 130 range. Remember the 130 range. This was the big breakout we needed. We got it, and we ran pretty far. If we can hold 133, things could get pretty crazy here. So I want to watch that. But yeah. When will you see a bullish chart for AMC? Yeah, it depends when we start bouncing. You know what I mean? And if I had a look here, I mean, honestly, it doesn't look like we're gonna get a good solid move for the end of the month. I wouldn't suspect that. I would suspect we start. In the video, I went over everything to, I think, really on point. And this is what I want to see. Let me show you. We have this marks our bullish move, in my opinion. This was our first leg of the bullish move, correct? So this, let's say that, right? We even kind of had a Wyckoff. So if you don't know what Wyckoff is, it's this. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. It actually looks identical to this. So this is a Wyckoff chart. Basically, you get a 5-wave structure up, 5 waves typically, 4, 5, whatever. You get that 5-wave structure up. You get a double top. Typically, the right one, the double top is typically a little bit higher. And you see this a lot in Forex and commodities and futures and stuff like that. You see a lot of Bitcoin. Now, I'm not going to make a video on this because I don't think it's that important, but dude, that cough, holy crap. Someone said it's a smoker's cough. Totally could be. January was a good month for me. But so we have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure, what you would consider, and it makes sense if you really look at it, right? So let's just draw this out just so you can see my train of thought. And I'm not an Elliott wave guy. It's not how I base my trades on. So bear with me, right? So we see that 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. Now, theoretically, this would work too because the 3 wave cannot be the smallest wave. So 1 is obviously the biggest. And now you would say the lengthwise, no, it's the overall scale and percent gain wise. That's what that's based on. So the fact from a 7 to a 1250, and we go from a 9 to a 14. This makes sense that this could work out because 5th wave is the smallest wave here, and then we get that double top, and now we're trailing back down. Now the question is how far do we go down? Where do we find that support? In theory, this works out that this 9.4 support that I mentioned over and over and over again could hold. Now, the adjacent chart to this would be AMC, so bear with me. GME looks nothing like AMC in my opinion. Kind of similar, I guess. Kind of, not really though. That's 133. We saw that 133 push, and it broke through 133 a lot quicker than AMC broke through 9.4. Now, most people might not be following me, but if you've been following all my videos since the beginning, like since this initial run up, then you know what I'm talking about, right? You remember the rejection at 9.4. You remember when I said once we get above 9.4, we're running to 14.5, $15. Everyone remembers that. So we're getting that movement, and so now we want to see where we're gonna find our new base. Where are we gonna find our new local bottom? That's the real question here, right? It's not about, you know, getting that rubber, the rubber band move up. I'll answer questions here in a sec. I just want to cover this, and I know I'm gonna keep getting asked the same questions, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll clip this and post it later. I don't know what I'll do. So, anyways, so what we had here is we came back down, we consolidated, and then we started consolidating in this range, and this is where I became a bull, right? Because there's one thing I know, and it's consolidation on a support typically is very, very bullish. And the thing that really led me to be bullish here was the consolidation we saw in this OBV. This OBV just became sexy, you know. That became, you know, a hot mamacita, and I was gonna be the baby daddy if there was gonna be one, right? So we started perking up, you know, we started flying actually. So now we look. There's a big difference in these charts. There's a big difference, right? We saw the pump and dump here, right? The pump, then we saw the dump, right? Within, you know, a week, right? And the OBV tanks. Things are different on this run. We have a massive amount of buyers. Just on a long scale, looking at the chart, we can see there's a massive difference on the sell-off. Correctamundo? Can we all agree? Clap once if you can agree. Okay, you agree. So as we're looking at this, there's an obvious, clear difference, and it's more bullish than the last time, right? It was a way more heavy sell-off. Everyone was selling off and manipulation. All you could do here technically was sell, so it makes sense. So tomorrow's gonna be big in how we react, how much further this should drop. Theoretically, it should. If this does not drop, it's extremely bullish in my opinion, right? So that's what I'm gonna be watching for. So I want to see a new local bottom, a new area of consolidation like this. So let's say we come to 9.4 and we just consolidate sideways for a week. I would become a massive bull on AMC. I'm already pretty bullish on it, but that would force me to start really dumping money into positions, right? So that's just how I view it. Hope that makes sense. If you have questions, feel free to comment. I answer a lot in the comments, by the way. So let's go through some comments. Fire truck came to the rescue. I feel that on AMC. When we sell bearish chart, bullish chart, rent that. The trend line I drew weeks ago for AMC, it just dropped down today after hours, so it better bounce on my line. Weeks ago, it isn't wrong. Trend lines never fail us. People do. We screwed. It's not coming up for a bit. You see a Fox News feed got cut off when the guy saying AMC will have a short squeeze. I didn't see that. Send me a link. 13.5. Come on, man. 13.5. What did I say? 13.5. Who said 13.5? Did I say it? Oh. I refuse less than 13.5. Oh. If we had 9.4 range, you're going balls to the walls and taking out more calls. I most likely will. It depends how we react to that level. That's like, I hope that makes sense. The smart money pulled out over COVID, concerns of COVID. Who is the smart money? Older people. Trust me, the news is telling them about the spikes, and they are scared of lockdowns. Paper hands, hedge hands. I don't really know what that means. Do you think by April 1st we could see a $50 call print asking for a friend? My best friend. Ape. Possible. I don't know though. I'm not. You know. I don't know. I really can't answer that question. I wouldn't think we saw a quick. I don't see a rubber band happening. If we were gonna have a rubber band, it would have been today after hours. And I can go over GME news too. We can go over that. Markets red because OnlyFans didn't go live yet. That is true. My OnlyFans has not hit. I'm not creating OnlyFans. Do you think AMC will dip more tomorrow? Probably. Yeah, I don't think this is over. Nope. If it doesn't dip, if let's say GME dips to $13 and AMC holds this level, it's a win. It's a win, you know? Tyler, thoughts on charge point? I'll go over that in a little bit. I'm going over this. If we get the 9.5, you on balls wall? Answered that already. What would you say to a guy with options expiring this Friday on AMC? Namaste. Saints put out a new list of stocks to get all the time. No way to keep up. Doesn't even make sense. I don't know what that means. AMC's not a dead cat. Tyler, thoughts on charge point? GME took a beating. It did take a beating. I'm scared it's going to be $2. I'm just saying, if you have shares and you're concerned, I don't really know what you're concerned about. You know what I mean? The only people that's really be concerned is this people with stocks, in my opinion. I think that shares are a lot safer right now. Like, I mean, shares, I'm not concerned at all. You know what I mean? Like, shares, I'd feel fine about. So, a GameStop, it wasn't immediate bullish news, what we heard. Okay? That's what you didn't get with GameStop. You got news that was pretty decent news, but you didn't get the news you wanted to hear. I'm very surprised we missed on EPS and we missed on revenue. Couldn't believe that. That was crazy. Could not believe that. Let's look at some options. Let's look at the option flow. Let's look at the option flow. Should have bought Funko. Man, yeah, Funko was juicy. I've been talking about that one for a while. I missed it though. I didn't get into it. I'm a ding dong. What can I say? This feels zoomed in. This is zoomed in. It's not. Oh no, it is. It is. It is. I knew it was zoomed in. There we go. This is normal. Let's go to. Let's look at unusual flow first and see if Adobe. Interesting. There's gonna be lots of volume on the market right now with everything going. I'm telling you guys, BFT. If you didn't watch the video, go check it out. I'm feeling confidente on BFT. Confidente. Fang, lots of volume flowing in here. It was bullish in the beginning, and it got really bearish. Be careful with oil. Oil, people really need to be careful. Okay, let's look at. I want to look at GME and AMC. Also, guys, I appreciate if you hit the like button down below. It does help out the channel if you get anything out of this. If you're not getting anything, don't push the like button. I would actually recommend you send me an angry email if you're not getting anything out of this. Email's also down below. Okay, so I know AMC is bad. I knew AMC was bad. Compulsive typing in AMC. GME doesn't look that bad. Now we're gonna see a lot. This is gonna change tomorrow. 100%. We're gonna see a lot of different flow kicking in tomorrow. So be ready. Be ready for that. I expect a lot of new movement to kick in these charts. So be ready, because we're gonna get a lot of flow tomorrow, and it's probably not gonna be good. These are all for this week. They're probably all out there already. That's no buenos nachos. Please send an angry email so we can laugh as he roast you online. AMC will hold $10. I mean, I'm gonna tell you like it is. I'm just telling you, if GME continues down, which I think it goes down to 133 tomorrow. I think we hit 133. Highly possible. AMC will follow 100%. Now, I'm not saying I want it to follow. It's a fact of the matter. Okay, and that support, the big support's 9.4 to like 9.5. That's just the facts of the price action and where we're most likely going to hold. Now, could we hold this range for a little bit? Maybe. But I'm saying if GameStop starts breaking down, which there's a high possibility GameStop continues breaking down based on the chart, AMC is going to follow it. Just like it followed it in the after hours, just like it followed pre-market, just like it followed it during the day. It's going to follow it. That's just the way it is. What is the bottom of GME? 50, 45, 50? I don't know, man. That's a hard. GME is, it's a hard one to talk about. Chill channel. God bless. God bless. Namaste. 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 Momo bullish tomorrow. Is earnings tomorrow? I believe earnings are tomorrow, right? Could be wrong. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that OBV. Wow. Oh, when are earnings? Earnings already kicked in, I thought. When are earnings? Let's look. They're getting shredded. I mean, they're a long-term pick for me. You know what I mean? That's why I didn't grab any options. There's some stocks I just don't like care what they're priced at. I'm just like long-term picking them up like candy. Thursday options. Thursday morning. Ooh, so tomorrow's gonna be interesting. Okay. If you don't know about Momo, go look at them. Go look them up. Go look them up. Go do yourself a favor. Get off your butt. Stop watching me. Go look up Momo. One of the hottest Chinese China virus, Chinese stonks that there is, okay? You heard it here. Imagine a world where Tinder and Facebook and Snapchat emerged and they had all your data and you had no privacy and you were in beautiful communist China and you really had no rights. You're in Momo. You're in Momo world. That's where you're at. It's awesome. Anyways, cool stuff. Hey, bro, I'm pretty heavy on BFT. First of all, golf claps in the chat for that dude. Golf claps in the chat for that guy. BFT, it's people think it stands for Bill Foley Transamine. People think it stands for Bill Foley. It doesn't. It doesn't. Get it out of your head. It stands for the biggest fucking ticker, okay? Because it's the best ticker there is on the freaking market. I'm telling you right now, the thing's great. Pay safe. Look into it. The more I research about it, the more like my head just like explodes because I'm so happy about it. Sometimes I just sit back in my chair and I just like climax looking at BFT. It happens. I'm not even joking. So if you have the stock, be happy. Don't sell everything I thought of getting out of AMC. Jordan Belfort is a smart dude. Drop opportunity. I saw that actually. That was funny. Drop opportunity. That was funny. Ugh. Good thing it's freaking strong now. Ugh. Man. We've talked about HOF. I think of the HOV lane every time I see HOFE. I mean, this is an NFT bumper. Okay, this is an NFT. I kind of like some stock buys on it, to be honest. I'm gonna be straight up. I kind of like some stock buys sitting at that weekly level. Great little bounce. Look at this. Is the 15-minute banger. That's what I call this, guys. So you got a 1 banger, 2 banger, 3 banger, 4 banger, 5, 6, and then guess what? There's 7, and then there's 8. And you know, I don't really know where I'm going with that, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's holding that support very nicely. And look at that consolidation pinch you're getting on that on the OBV. I'm just saying. I think we got something, but I hate that there's no options on it. With DLPN, I think that this could do well though. I mean, honestly, it could. NFT plays are going berserker. They're going wild, so they're pretty juicy. They are thicker than a bowl of them. They're juicy. Clickbait, Mason. I'm not gonna tell you to get out of here. I'm gonna tell you to gather around, get some of the wealth of information from the old noggin, and we'll get to it. SOS. I'm not touching any Bitcoin stuff, guys. Bitcoin stuff is getting shredded. AMC is in the toilet. There's your update. It's in the toilet. I love you, Dad. Sundial, HODL. Be careful with Sundial. I mentioned I didn't like it. After the double rejection at 170 up here, oof, that was rough. What do you think, SPY on the weekly? Oh, good question. You know, the indexes keep us honest. Here we go. So let's talk about the indexes, because the indexes are what make you money when it comes to day trading. Let's talk about it. So with the indexes, there's a few things that we typically look at. Now, when the dollar is bearish, typically when the US dollar value drops, we switch into a risk off mode, right? So we're more risky as a market, theoretically. Now we can look at the dollar over the past, for a while, for the past few weeks, we've been doing nothing but ripping, right? We just had a very bullish overall move, right? So we're having a very bullish move, and today something interesting happened. Today we had, the past 2 days, to be honest, we had some very interesting movement here. We saw a pretty nice move to the upside on the dollar, which It should be bearish. If you've been in the Discord, you know I'm very bearish on the dollar. Now, why? Because the yields, the bond yields, the interest, this represent rates and stuff like that. You can go look into them. It'll make more. It's confusing to explain. I recommend go reading on them. But typically, yields lead the dollar, and then it's just that direction. So yields are getting just wrecked. We got a double top. We got straight movement on the downside. They look terrible, right? This looks terrible. Looks terrible. It's coming down heavy. This is the 10-year. This is the 30-year. 30-year looks awful. 30-year is, I didn't know it could look worse than the 10, but the 30-year, you can see we're just looking bad. We didn't even get a double top. Looks bad. Now, the dollar's not quite following, but when we first got in here, I noticed something kind of interesting. We're getting a double top. I didn't realize. And Forex, and I hate even talking about Forex, but Forex, commodities, crypto, and even futures to a certain extent really respect these double tops. And I think things could get bearish for the dollar, which in turn would be very bullish for our economy, especially when it comes to tech. And if you know, Daddy loves trading tech. Every morning, 8:30, I'm live. I'm day trading, going over stocks, going over trades, specifically options. If you're not interested in options, it probably wouldn't do you any good. But yeah, that's really the educational part of the YouTube, so you know. People are consolidating. I don't know if that's the thing, but if you can't handle these hot stocks, stay out of the kitchen. Consider investing in an index fund. Trey. I mean, it's a decent point. It's a decent point. I mean, I try to let everyone know when you're going into AMC, going into GameStop, you're already somewhat at a casino when you're gambling on these plays, right? But when you're really into AMC, when you're getting into AMC and you're getting into GME, you're at the roulette table at that point, and you're saying all in on black. You know, that's what you're doing. You're black or red. You're 50-50. It's kind of, you know, we do know that, you know, maybe it's been hitting black a lot. Maybe the market looks like it should go in a direction, but we're not guaranteed. We're playing at a somewhat unfair table as well. So these are things to take into account. Everyone that's playing AMC, I mean, only put money in you're willing to lose, because it can happen. Christian H. My boy. I know not advice, but BFT call option. Thank you for being a realist. I have a BFT call option. Not gonna lie to you. I have one. If you're in the Discord, you know I have one. Discord link is down below if you're interested in joining. Just FYI. Anyways, I'll pound the chest for the boys. So, on BFT, I think it's a riskier play. Granted, the shortest you can go out right now is going into, like, I think April 16th. Those look pretty good. I have April 16th. I believe my strike is $18. I could be wrong. I have to look at what it is. I don't know off the top of my head. Anyways, I'm pretty bullish. It's a riskier play, though. The OBV looks strong. I believe the volume's going to kick in. I believe the markets do look bullish. I believe the markets will turn around before that date, and I believe we could see a lot of volatility. And crazy thought, I really do believe we'll break above the, you know, recent high of $19. Crazy, I know, but don't be greedy on your options. That's the biggest thing I can say. Hope that made sense. Hope that helped you. I try to answer all the questions. We're getting a lot of questions though today. Tyler, Fed pushing dollar higher will be higher in a few months. As summer gets here, I believe dollar will start falling, in my opinion. It should. In theory, it should. Typically, we have sector rotations where oil, steel, wood, those are all going to go up in value, which should theoretically hurt the dollar. This is how the rotation works. So I'm surprised we're seeing any type of push right now. We've been talking about it in the Discord as well. And I understand some of that lingo when it goes on about... you know, how the yields are moving, that part can get confusing. So if you ever have questions regarding, like, if you're in the Discord and stuff, and, like, or even on here, if you have questions about, why I'm so interested in yields and stuff like that, please ask. I don't mind. Those are good questions. I love educating you guys on stuff that I know, that I'm fortunate enough to know about. That is one of the benefits of having a college education, though, is that's one thing that gets burned in your brain, is they teach you the flow of money and how we get in and out of sectors, risk on, risk off, why yields are important, interest rates going up and down, and what increases the value and decreases the value of the dollar. Those things, that's one of the few benefits of college, right? So you start learning random stuff like that. Susan, Susan, you're just a hater, or your paper hands. Get out of here with your negative. Who's Susan? Poor Susan. Where's Susan? Where's Susan? I don't know what Susan said. But no hate. I mean, unless she's being mean, then then roast her if she's being mean. But I don't think she's being mean. She said she has money in AMC, so if you're losing, hey, I encourage you guys to take out some frustrations in the chat if you're losing money. I encourage it. You know what? I didn't even stream the end of the close of the day. I was so pissed today. But I think I'm gonna make money. Whoa, Susan's not a Karen. Daddy chill. Daddy chill. Daddy chill. J&S Trucking. Let me answer your question. Oh baby, you went daddy to chest poundy. You went daddy to chest. What's going on, Vanessa? Oh. I have 7,000 in AMC. Average cost of 12.23. Should I sell or lose over 1,200 or play it out? Everyone is saying sell. JNS, I can't tell you to sell or take profits or anything like that. When you're putting your money into AMC, this is the real question you need to ask yourself. Let's say AMC was gonna go play a game, play some hypotheticals. Okay, let's say AMC, you knew it was gonna go to $50 by next year, right? You knew it. Would you be willing to hold that $7,000? This isn't financial advice. This is the best way I can put it, not being financial advice, by the way. Would you hold your position for a year and a half if you knew it was going to go to $50? Or would you sell if you knew it was going to hit $30 or $25 in, say, a month? So you could either take it out and double it now or wait for like a 4X, whatever, in a year. What would you do? Now, this is leading me back to the original statement of, are you willing to, is that money really important to you right now? You know what I mean? And I know that $7,000, I'm not saying that'd be a good bit of me. That'd be a good bit for me. So that's the thing, right? So for me, I wouldn't want to lose 7,000. I've played a few thousand. I've played a lot of money on the AMC. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just saying. So that's where it comes into you. Would you be willing to lose that? And then if it's only affecting you because you're okay, I'm down. I could potentially lose all this money. I could lose $7,000. I'm scared. If that's your rationale because you're scared about it, that's, maybe you're not really willing to lose that money. You know what I mean? So that's where it comes back. So I can't give financial advice. I can't tell you to hold. I can't tell you to sell. But if I had shares, I wouldn't necessarily be concerned personally. So that's my view. I'm only playing just crazy option calls. People are like, Tyler, you don't have diamond hands in because you don't have shares. I'm like, I'm sorry, my balls hang to the ground and drag on the ground, and the hair's growing out of the side of them because they're the biggest 8 balls in the game. Because all I'm doing is throwing $1,000 options here and there, left and right. I'm sorry, get out of here. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. But personally, if I had shares, I wouldn't even I'd be whatever. You know what I mean? Who cares? It's like when I'm buying BFT. When BFT dumped to 12, I was like, kind of sucks. but I know what's gonna go up. You know what I mean? Like, I love the company. I literally love I love PaySafe. Now, if you're an AMC and it dips and you're like, you know, I think this company is gonna go back to $4 and I don't love the company, then you might be in it for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? You're like, you don't really believe in the short squeeze, stuff like that. So that's what you have to look at. I hope that part of it makes sense. I'm trying to make that as clear as possible. I think it makes sense. Sideways hair. Do I have sideways hair? Oh, I have a sideways hat. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Never had me looking crazy on stream. Now I have poofy hair. This dude said abolish. How about Sundial? Hate it. Hate it right now. Tyler, why don't you buy some stock to hold on this dip and then play options on top of it? Look, Chad, you know what I'm going to tell you. You know what I'm going to say to you. You know why I don't? Because when you come into the channel, when we play the intro, it doesn't say the stock drop, okay? It doesn't say the hot stocks, okay? We talk about stocks, but do we trade stocks on this channel? Do we day trade the stocks? No. We grab the biggest options we can possibly find and we make as much money as feasibly possible on the channel, okay? Okay. Oh, sideways ball hair per year. Any updates on Neo? Tyler's greedy and wants to hit call options. He doesn't have it. There's few stocks I buy and hold, and people are like, "Oh my God, Tyler!" You know, when it starts dipping, then they're like, "What are you doing? What are we doing with this stock? What are we doing?" I'm like, "Bro, it's like, you know, I mentioned when I bought it, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like IPOE is one of those I mentioned when I bought it. I was like, I don't care what happens. This is gonna be a $100 stock eventually. They're basically a bank. IPOE, SoFi, look into them if you need to." NMGRF, everyone, when they started dumping, everyone and their mom, Tyler, what's going on? When I bought and made the video, we were like right here. We pumped up the chill. I was like, Tyler, greatest call ever. Graphite's so huge. And then we dumped down, retested support. People were like, Tyler, I'm liquidated. I'm like, no, we're not. You have stock. Who cares? You own those forever. So just take a chill pill. It's still the only graphite mine in all North America. We're good. And then it started pumping back up. High Tide. People were like, Tyler, when are you taking profits? When are you taking profits? You know what I mean? These are just stocks that I love and that I hold, right? High Tide. Bought in at 38 cents. I will never remove this circle because this represents the day that I made the video and the day that I bought in. January 22nd. What a day. You know, pure upside from there. Massive moves. People like, Tyler, we need to get out. You know, where's the target? Is it $1? You know, we just want to triple our money. I'm like, nah, I'm just holding it. It's eventually going to get listed. Like, they're a solid company. Great financials. They beat. Repeatedly, they're just a great company. It is what it is, you know. And right, they're just going up. They're solid. Some go down, some retrace. It just depends. You know, you got to have confidence in whatever stocks you're playing. And if I'm going to buy a long-term stock and I'm going to buy stock in a position, I'm not going to have to debate on it. I'm going to be like, okay, I can hold this thing. I don't care. I'm fine going MIA on the stock. Last one is going to be MP because this one, if you don't know, MP is about to explode. Explode. Temptation explode. Okay. We made the original video right here at 32. You can go check it out, the original video. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Frank Steeds. Question. If you own stocks for any company, the only way you can truly lose money is if the company is bankrupt, correct? Sometimes you can get around that as well. But typically, yeah. But that's why you buy good stocks, you know what I mean? So MP, we'll talk about this, because look at that OBV, gross. So MP, what they do, if you don't know, so everyone's like, okay, Biden, we got EVs. We got everyone and their mom. Every YouTuber is like EVs are the future, guys. That's where we're going. EVs, like, we love electronic vehicles. They're the future. It is what it is. They're going up. They're going north. They don't go south. But we've seen EVs take a hit, right? We've seen some people even say it's a bubble. So my theory is, why play the EVs when you can play the materials that go into these batteries for the EVs? And then people were like, Tyler's got a point. You know, he's got a point. I mean, you got to have them. No one's going to short the mines. Well, some might. Anyways, so we saw a massive rise. And then MP had their earnings. And let's just say MP beat on revenue and on EPS. But there were some key focal points that were huge. I need to make a video on them because they're a buy right now, in my opinion. I'm going to be loading more money into them. So let's talk about a few things on MP because I'm gonna give you guys a diamond in the rough. I haven't even went over this too much with the Discord yet. I need to, but Discord, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go over it here as well, so you might not feel that special right now. MP Materials, they had some very big news. So they beat on everything. All their products are in demand. There's factories being built all over North America right now for EV vehicles, and if you don't know, what they mine is specifically rare earth materials. Majority in use for these vehicles, for the batteries and stuff like that. Go look at their company. It's super in depth. The site's really helpful as well. So as we look at that, MP announced they're having a direct offering very soon. Typically pretty bad. I'm sorry. Oh my god, my head. No, not Christmas music, sorry. Okay. So they're having a direct offering, which it pushed them down. Typically, we get the direct offering news, we go down. But if you don't know, they haven't released the price of that direct offering yet, which I can't find so far. So if they have released it, I'm sorry, I just can't find it. I've been looking for it, can't find it. They just announced that they plan on doing one, and it dumped. Guys, every single material that they mine, the price of those materials across the board, across the whole sector, has risen and almost doubled in price. So they're reaping the direct rewards of just the value of all their materials going through the roof. So they don't have to even increase production. They don't have to increase anything they're doing. Just what they're mining and all they're producing is just going up in value. So they're just going to make more on revenue without changing a single thing. Guys, MP Materials, I'm telling you, I don't want to say this is a $100 stock. It very well, most likely. This will probably be one of the top producing rare earth materials in the entire world. Look into them. Like BFT, you probably won't find too many negative things. It's going to be hard to not buy it once you look into it. You're welcome. You're welcome. Susan K. Steven. There's too many bearish catalysts. Sorry, my throat. Now, Susan, I don't want to roast you. I'm not gonna roast you. I'm gonna compose myself. I know you're an avid viewer. I respect that. I respect my loyal subs. But what you're saying is kind of false. Too many bearish catalysts, including 2 GME execs leaving. So they were kind of forced out the door. Cohen's kind of trying to influence the cleaning of the house. And I'm not a bull on GME. Don't get me wrong. I am not a long-term bull on their business model or them to be a successful company. Believe me, I'm not. But if you look at what's going on, they're proving their proof of concept to, in fact, be profitable and work. And if Cohen ever takes that senior leadership role, the stock will probably skyrocket. But I mean, I'm not invested in GME personally, so just me. What changed with AMC except a lower price with low volume? What does that mean? I don't get it, John. Is that serious? Is that sarcasm? I can't tell. Momo, dude, pizza sounds good. I eat like trash. Jay Mills, that is a good question. So we talked about it in the Discord. I can actually read you what me and someone else talked about. He brought up good points. I think he works as a data analyst. He's an accountant, this guy. He's pretty smart. He's a pretty smart guy. Elon Tusk. So we'll talk about it. We kind of get a little debate. And I love talking to this guy because I can totally like roast him and he can roast me and we don't get offended. It's such good educated conversations. Okay, so I said, what is your take on the bullish DXY? And he agrees. He likes it. So one thing that's good behind what the dollar going up means is that the dollar still has influence and power, which shows that inflation isn't too big of a deal right now. which shows that the dollar still has power, which is good for the economy. It's healthy. So what he said is that Japan's new bond yield target, which was important because that yield target does show the dollar is more bullish than Japan, the yen, or yeah, it's a yen. Then this one wasn't that big. The banks decided not to pull back from London because of Brexit. If you know anything about that, this is going to be stuff that might go over most people's heads. This is where the college stuff does help, just because you spend so much time learning about this stupid stuff. And you think it'll never help, and then you start making money because of it. And then you're like, oh, that helped. So they didn't leave because of Brexit. Therefore, the assumption is that a big shift in the EU, big inflow of money and jobs is now not so certain. So basically, because of Brexit, we expected to have big problems and shifting directions in the EU. So if you don't know about that, this part I don't necessarily agree with. So there were talks that we wouldn't adjust interest rates until 2024 or 2025 from the Biden administration, I believe. From my understanding, and I've had this thought process the whole time, was that we were always planning on increasing those interest rates possibly in 2021. And then Powell came out and announced that we weren't going to have that that change. We were going to wait. And let me draw this out, actually, what Powell said. Let me draw this out. Okay, so let's say, how can I explain this as easy as possible for everyone? Like the office explained to me like I'm in 5th grade. So what Powell said, this is basically what Powell said. Now, Powell could be BSing. He could not be. He's typically a pretty straightforward, honest guy. So what Powell said, and this is important for our economy, because if interest rates get put into place, then this would lead stocks to go down heavily. They would go down all across the board. Boom, they'd go down. So, wow, you guys are throwing some heat in there. Y'all play nice. Play nice in the chat, boys. Play nice in the chat. Okay, so as long as Susan's not being assaulted anymore. So, what Powell said is that typically when we start injecting the interest rates into the market, it's because they have indicators, right? They have strong indicators on the market, and these indicators show upcoming trends that are occurring, right? And they're highly effective. They're not like our indicators, correct? And so once these indicators show that we're getting to a certain point, then they'll slowly start injecting the market with interest rates, so it doesn't hit us like at a 180, right? So we don't want to be super bullish and then inject with the interest rate and then just turn full bearish. You know what I mean? We want to have a steady, kind of as flat as possible, up and down, up and down, up and down, as healthy as possible, right? And typically we'll wait. So let's say, in theory, the goal was to get to this point, right? Was to get to this level. And so we'll start waiting. Let's say the indicator clicks right here, right? The indicator clicks at this point right here. So in theory, what they would do is they would inject that interest rate right here. And then let's say we'll start to come down, and then it'll start playing back up, and it'll come up again, and then it'll start injecting more at this level. And it'll come down, and it'll come back up, and they just keep waiting as it's happening. Now, it's a longer term time scale, so don't attack me, anything like that. But what Powell said is what they're doing because they can't take any chances of a recession right now. Because let's say the market did have a pullback into a recession type situation again, right? Let's say we went to like another COVID type session, right, where we were just super bearish and dumped across the board. That would be catastrophic for the U.S. economy. And Powell makes this very clear. That's why when you're hearing him talk, I mean, he has never tried to help the economy so much. I've never heard this dude be so. He's the most optimistic man on Wall Street right now. So basically, what he's saying, so instead of waiting for these trends to happen to inject as we get up to those levels, Powell said no longer are we doing that. We can't take a chance of getting shot down and then not coming back up. So he's saying we might get shot down and just dump, in theory. So what Powell's saying is we're not going to hit those rates until we hit that level, until we legitimately hit that level, and there won't be any type of signals or indicators used. It will have to statistically hit certain milestones and levels. But the dangers here is that we could see huge whipsaws in the market. So we could be bullish, hit and then dump, and then come back up. And it could get really crazy. But that's what they have to do right now. With with people getting $20,000 stimulus checks, Things are crazy. Things are crazy. Hope that made sense. Oh my god. Are you sure there's no? I think there is an SSR. I mean, it doesn't matter if there's an SSR. Who cares? Like, people think just because there's an SSR in place, we can't go down. No, we can go down because we went down today. You know what I mean? So, like, just relax. You can go down if there's an SSR. You can. The SSR doesn't really matter that much to me. Yeah, the SSR doesn't matter. Get your minds off of the SSR. While Tyler, you must say you're not as dumb as I look. Thank you, Vic. I appreciate it. I know. You look at me and you're like, Tyler is a big dumb jock, and all the muscles and steroids depleted his brain and he's wilted. And I know for a fact Tyler gets steroids because he didn't get those muscles legitimately. I didn't take steroids, I promise. I did take some illegal substances in high school. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty straightforward. But outside of high school, I'm all natty. But I appreciate the love. I hate NFT, folks. Don't know what's up with it. I made a pretty handsome amount of some NFTs, actually. Kind of crazy. Tyler, you think AMC will see $9 tomorrow? I think it's possible. $9.40. Look, this is my theory. I made a video on it, guys. You know, I'm the most straightforward guy there is. I don't care. By the way, guys, I appreciate you smash that like button because it helps me. It helps my son. You know, the cute, adorable little kid that plays with the lights sometimes during the stream. So it helps us both. I'm not manipulating you. I'm just saying, think about my son. You know, think about it. Anyways, so that was just kidding, no. But anyways, so tomorrow we broke through a pretty decent support. On the after hours, we're sitting about this level right here. GameStop most likely. This is just my theory. I still have my positions like an idiot. I still have all my positions. But in reality, it's looking like GameStop's going to come down to that, 133, and I think it holds. And it looks like AMC's going to get a flash crash maybe to 9.4 and then come back up. Do we drop below 9.4? I don't think so. If we drop below 9.4, at that point I would panic. Light yourself on fire, go crazy, but make sure there's a large body of water near you so you don't die, because that's a dangerous game. But yeah, break below 940, things aren't looking good. So theoretically, what I want is some type of move and then just consolidate and then get back up. But I think where we consolidate is it gonna be 9.4 or we get back above like $11 and consolidate there. I don't think we consolidate in this level. If we consolidate here, that'd be really weird. So it's either like 11 or 9.4. No, Tyler, we don't panic at 9. Look, I'm talking from my perspective. Everyone wants me to talk about from your personal perspective. I've already said if you have shares, I don't know why you're tripping out. I've already done an analogy. I've explained it to the most simpleton way I could possibly explain it. Okay? Shares, I don't see the need to worry. Options, you should be concerned. You should be concerned. Hey bro, what's for dinner? Tindies! What was the graphite mine? Stewie. It is N as in Nancy. M as in Mary, who had a little lamb. G as in graphite. R as in Randy Moss. F as in fun. Nouveau Monde Graphite. Now, if you're in Canada, it might be a different ticker. I don't know. But yeah. As the words of Bobby Shmurda. That's a hot one. I can't say the word I was going to say. It's frowned upon on this platform. Even though I'm black, I can't say it on the platform. It's a shame. Oh, baby. Let the indexes drop, please. I'm telling you, boys. If DXY drops, I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. I'll do something crazy on the stream. If we get a plummet, I think it's gonna happen. I'm gonna make a YouTube video on this. it'll get no views because people don't appreciate the true education and like understanding why stocks do things. People just care about bananas and tindies and you know, rockets, which I understand, totally understand. Tyler, you're demonetized. YouTube can read your mind. Woo! Do you think the squeeze is still possible? I talked about all of this in the video, guys. Yes, I think it's possible. Depending on how we react at certain levels. It's the biggest point. Will Tyler talk about other stocks than AMC? Yeah, I will. If they're good, I'll talk about them. I'll talk about them, yeah. 100%. What tickers are for yield? So you have to use TradingView, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what else you could use. For the dollar, it's DXY. I use the TVC ticker. That's what I use. For yields, it's US10Y. For the 30-year, it's US30Y. And I believe this is those are all TVC. And then for indexes, I use the Nasdaq for Owanda. That's a forex broker, if you don't know. I use the IWM for the Russell. This is typically how I head positions, is with the Russell. The Nike represents the Japanese index, which got a new price target. It was actually raised, but it's going down. Science. Nike 225. TVC as well. I use the SPY. You can use pretty much anything for those. SPX as well. And then I use the Dow. That is what I use. Hope that makes sense. I said that in the most monotone voice as possible. Tyler, I know it's all manipulation, but did you notice as the price fell, short borrow fee went up like last time? So strange. That makes sense. That makes sense. I probably shouldn't include it in the video today, but you move a Patreon? I wonder what you get. $1 from me? When did this happen? What do you get? An advertising free experience. Ability to create 10 alerts. Well, I'm not gonna create a. I'm not gonna become a patron if, you know, I'm using manipulated data. Get out of here, Bobby. So in theory, this makes sense. Because, you know, it makes sense that as we're coming down, yes, that they're gonna be shorting more. They're gonna be shorting more. They're just laddering their shorts like this, yeah, right? They're just adding more and more. I mean, that's typical movement of getting these positions. I understand, that makes sense that the fee's going up, but I'm saying straight up. This is hard to explain as well, but a straight up fee of how we're consolidating here. Like when we were just trending up, it was like 8% here, 7%, whatever it was. And then when we got down here, it makes sense that it rises, but it doesn't make sense that it goes like to 1% as we rise to here. That part doesn't make sense. But when we're getting these quick drops and volatile moves on the downside, it makes sense that the fee is rising. It makes sense. Fix my replay of the. I don't even know how to fix that, to be honest. Wait, let me look. Why is it doing that? Let me look. I'm looking on my phone really quick. My phone's about to die. Crap. Dang it. Dun 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 dun. Let's look. It says my stream's offline. My stream? What? Wait, what? Did my stream just disconnect? Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me? That is weird. I don't know what just happened. The hedges. Dude, I don't know why it won't let me do the replay thing. That is pissing me off. Wow. I have no idea. I'll look into it. So weird. That's so weird. So strange. I gotta buy a new computer. I don't know. Dude, graphics cards right now are so expensive, guys. You don't understand. If I build a computer right now, it's gonna cost like double what it should cost. No. Let me close all this stuff really quick. Close. What was it? Someone asked a good question. Oh, any good sports betting, guys? You don't want to see. You don't want to see the sports betting I'm doing right now. Just for a quick look. So I've been doing March Madness. I'm at 1,300 right now. So I put in 250 with Kyle. Kyle faded me on a bet. So we're going to take one. I took Iowa to win. They lost. Bad. Lost 250. So I was like, you know what I do? I double down. I turned like 250 into 1,300 so far. I was going to take Zion tonight for 28 points, but I pussied out. One sec. I'm going to get back to the charts. I'm just curious what the score is. I shouldn't even look at this, to be honest. I don't want to see. Oh, 33 points. Are you kidding me? How many points does he have? 25. I would have made... Oh, that hurts to look at. Oh, I should have taken it. Bruce and Andrew are trash. Oh, come on. I'm not... Guys... Look, I got into a bad habit of speaking too much of my mind, which I'm always going to do, okay? So... I'm trying to get off of talking ever about any other streamers at any time. Honestly, entry, if you're looking at HOFEs, like right now, it's so strong right now. That weekly level looks really good. If it gets back above, this will probably keep running. This is your typical NFT play. I don't know why it's going off. I have no idea why it's going offline. I might need to restart the computer. I don't know. I'll save. Let me close all this stuff. I'm telling you, I gotta get a new. I've had this bad boy for a while. You guys are trolls. I kind of want to take a... Let's look at some... I'm probably have to hop off soon. The internet's, you know... It's not the internet, actually. It's just the stream. Gosh, look at the Pelicans. Holy crap. This is it? This is all I can take? I don't want to take none of this. I want something crazy for the boys. You guys help me find something real quick. If you're not interested in this, you know what? You're not one of the boys, first of all. I'm sorry, but the stock stuff's cutting out, obviously. I'm going to get off pretty soon. Can we... I want to double this real quick for the boys. One sec. Oh, here we go. This is what I want. Lakers are at 90 points. God, it just keeps disappearing. These are scary. These are terrifying. Those are terrifying. Get that smoker cough. Daddy, chill. I'm scared of sports betting. I know sports, bro. I'm just joking. Many have got to get that cough looked at. Okay. Let's look at some. Tyler, you're better than Bruce and Andrew. Keep it up. But I suck compared to Trey. Hey. Trey's okay, but something gets excited really easy, don't we all? Tyler, you said that something about Golden Nugget with BFT. What's your thoughts on Golden Nugget BFT? If you look up BFT, they're just getting constant. I mean, like we can Google. So look, let's find something real quick. One sec. Here, just go to PaySafe their website, right? Go to whatever they're at. I don't know what this is. The press release. I don't Google what PaySafe News, right? Stock, whatever. So right here, Neil Pollard. This is another gambling in Canada. 16th, they announced another one, most influential payments. I mean, they did tons of stuff, just consistently coming out. Points bet. Skrill's huge. People don't realize that they own Skrill. That's like one of the biggest things there. Working with the Zero mic, dude, they're doing so much stuff. People don't realize how big this company is. Like, I'm trying to let people understand. I'm gonna keep talking even after the merger. I'm gonna be blowing these guys up. I need to be making more videos on them, to be honest. I don't, which sucks. I'm just kind of sorry that I haven't, but yeah. So I get that purple drink and fix the Ronick off. Oh, Dennison. Is it moving up at all? Probably isn't moving up. I feel good, dude. 110, fine. Beautiful. I don't even care. Dig sell for Harambe. Yeah, this thing's beautiful. I think it's on a SPY now or something. Pfft, easy money. Why would you compare yourself with other people? You're different, unique. Stop comparing yourself with them. You are you, and we like you the way you are. I wasn't comparing myself. I was reading the chat. Jace. Why are you comparing me to comparing myself to other people, Jace? That's the real question. Huh? Think it's going to go below 10? Do I think what's going to go below 10? Oh, AMC? High possibility unless we start, trucking up in the pre-market. I'll be live pre-market. I mean, yeah, pre-market and, like, early morning. Boy, am I glad I didn't FOMO into T-Cat. Is it dead, though? But did it die? T-Cat is scary. It does this though, like every day. It goes up, then it comes down, then it goes up, then it goes down. It's the NFT thing, right? I just gotta deal with USA channel networks after day for the biggest dealer. Hey, James is in the chat. Guys, if you don't know, by the way, we gotta do a little self-advertisement because I never do. I really should do it in my YouTube videos. I hate being like a advertising stuff on YouTube. I can't stand it. I can't stand it at all. Here we go. If you're interested, just so you know, the Patreon link is down below. We have it capped off at a certain amount. It's been live for about a week, and we got about 98 people in there, just so you know. All my trades, everything like that is all in there. I don't really include everything on there. I just didn't feel like it, but you get everything in the Discord. A lot. But yeah. And you get to bug me all day long. I'm thinking about adding my phone number onto here as well pretty soon. I keep paying for it. I don't use it, so I might as well just add it. I'm just curious how many people are going to be texting me all the time. It's the only concern. That's the only concern, is getting texts from you guys all the time. Tyler, you're transparent. This makes you better than 90% of YouTubers. Hey, I'm transparent. You can see my keck. Hey, Tyler, if you don't mind showing, what's the sentiment on Neo on Cheddar Flow? Yeah, I don't mind showing. I don't mind showing at all. So, gotta be careful with using this. I'm pretty sure it's bearish. I thought it was bearish. What did you do the past week? I wish I got it. We'll do the past week. But I wish this didn't show for like the weeklies. You know what I mean? One sec. One sec, boys. One sec. Kyle, that was just Kyle FaceTiming me to troll me for not taking the bet on Zion. Ah! Alright, guys. Probably gonna wrap up here in a sec. I'll be live. I'll be live on 8:30 in the morning. Probably a little bit earlier. So, if you want, you can catch me there. I'll be going over all the information, day trading, stuff like that. Market looks good. I mean, honestly, like, I'm optimistic. We got the DXY somewhat coming down. Did fill that gap. We need this thing to plummet, though. We need this thing to get wrecked. I mean, yields are coming down. DXY needs it's so set to come down. It just won't do it. But yeah, so if you have any questions, I'll be live in the morning. You can see all my trades. Have a good one, boys.